Hi everyone, Dr. Vicky here speaking to you from the Seeds Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Sag. If I forget which one I'm doing, I just look because I put my painting there. Helps me remember. Um, for Sagittarius for the month of March. Oh my goodness, March already, right? March 2024. So we'll look at the astrology first. And we will then do a reading using an oracle deck, and I haven't decided on the deck yet for the reading, but I will select it. Okay, let's look at the astrology, right? All right, here we go. I just have to get to your sign, Sag. Okay, where are we here? Okay, here we go. Let's go through all of them. Lucky you, Sag, you get to see everybody else. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, I didn't go the wrong way. All right, very good. And nope. No, you did Scorpio already, Sag. Now you got to do Sag this lifetime. So, Sagittarius is, of course, mutable fire. It is the sign of associated with learning and the big picture and philosophy, being philosophical. So it is a hope-filled sign, an optimistic sign. And it just came out of the bowels of Scorpio, really. After your journey through Scorpio, there's Sag, and you're learning those Sagittarian things when you come in as a Sag. And so like it's about freedom, like what is freedom and what does it truly mean to be free, right? That's the question. It also rules the wild places, nature, the wildness of nature, the power and the fury and the um realness of nature. It's a lot of wisdom, the Sagittarius, the archetype of the loner who goes to the top of the mountain and communes with spirit. Um, it is powerful. It's powerful. So we're in, this is for the year. I look at this before each month, just to bring to your attention that we're in an 8-year vibration, which is associated with the strength card, which is Leo. And so where Leo falls in your chart is always going to be significant. And Leo is in your 9th house, and you're a Sagittarius. So this is especially important. This is really about sharing what you love, man. Just share what you love. Show people how smart you are. Express it. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Um, so, the 8 is also a manifestation number. So it's powerful manifestation. We're in the year of the um, wood wood dragon. Dragon is big. It's big, and wood is growth. All this we're focusing on all this destruction. There's just so much growth that's happening, and growth in people and understanding, and it's just things are as dire as things look. There is also the other side of it, and we're everybody's sort of growing into this betterment, newness. So for the month for you guys, for Sag, my Sages out there. My best friends are Sages. My first boyfriend was a Sag. I love Sag. I love Sag. Week 1, March 1st. Start right at March 1st. Let's start. We have the sun making a waning sextile to your planet, your ruling planet, Jupiter. And so this is big. This is big. You start the months like, woo, the sun and Jupiter, right? For Sagittarius. And the sextile that it makes is one in which you are sharing your knowledge. You're sharing your what you know, what you understand. This is a powerful time. This is a powerful time, Sagittarius. I'm telling you. You have shot your arrow and it's off to it's right. Following your own guiding star. It's a beautiful thing. But it doesn't always come easy. So, and it's rarely easy, and it takes sacrifice and it takes a willingness to forge ahead, um, and want to, forge ahead for a higher purpose, perhaps, you know. Um, and so that's a really nice way to start the month. On the 3rd, Venus, the planet of love, which is in at this point, it is in Aquarius. That's friendship, Venus in Aquarius. It's loving your friends, loving the people that think like you, loving, this would be a really good month to reach out to your friends and just say, hey, you've been on my mind. I've been busy and I just wanted to take a little time out and connect and tell you how much, how much you mean to me, how you've been there through my life, whatever it is you want to say to your friends. So I'm going to call my Sag friends. My maid of honor is Karen, is a Sag, but I think she's in Italy right now. So she's visiting her daughter. So I have to see if I think I can text her. I don't think she pays. I don't know how that works when you go across. There's certain things you can and cannot do. Certain things are free and certain things cost you money. So I don't know, but uh, I'll send this to her so she can see what I said about this because she's a Sag. Okay. Um, so Venus square Uranus can be a sudden, something sudden around a friend. Um, and it is about liberation to a certain extent. So there's this feeling of liberating themselves from something, breaking through, breaking free. I like that, right? That's good. Um, and so, and Venus, as Venus makes this last quarter square, um, and Mercury, right? Mercury is making a sextile to Uranus. So Mercury is in Pisces at this time. Yes, okay. Mercury's in Pisces at this time. On the 4th, Mercury makes a waxing sextile to Uranus. So this is like opening. This is all so very psychic, especially your feminine side. It's like, I mean, if you're psychic, now you're like super psychic. Uh, and then on the 8th, we have Mercury conjunct Neptune. I mean, Neptune is cosmic consciousness itself, so the oneness. It's such a profound time where you can just like hold the space of the of love and compassion. A powerful time. Your mind, Mercury is your mind, and your mind is in in line, in attunement with the great cosmic sea of consciousness. So this is powerful time, but it is, it does make you more susceptible to things like drugs and alcohol. So you do have to be careful of that, even if it's something that kind of do like, oh, I've done that before, or on Saturday nights I have a little smoke or I have a little brownie. Um, you'll be more like susceptible to that taking you even further out on a day like today, that on a day like that day. when Mercury conjuncts Neptune. So it's not a bad thing. It's just to know that, it's like driving on a slippery road, right? Like if it's really cold and it rained or it's snow, you're gonna drive slower, right? Just to be. So just, you have to be a little bit, sensitive because you'll be more sensitive. On the 9th, this is interesting because as we like open up to this energy of cosmic consciousness, right? On the 9th, Mars will square Uranus. Now Venus just squared Uranus. Now Mars squares Uranus, right? So this is pretty powerful and a little bit dangerous. So you do have to know that this is an explosive time. And you just take your do what you can do what you have to do. And just be aware. Just be aware. It's a higher, and if you can not be out and about and in a situation where then you might want to just take a listen to your intuition. Your intuition's definitely going to be the guide here this month for you, Sag. And Mercury goes into Aries. So now Mercury is going into that 9th house, right? No, in the 5th house. Sorry. Mercury goes into the 5th house, and that's your kids. That is your creativity. It's your creative self-expression. It's your luck. It's Leo. It's like whoo, like the energy of Leo, but it's Aries, so it's like that sort of really putting yourself out there in a way that people can really see your wisdom. That's what that says to me. And the next week, which is probably the quietest, I guess, week or the most mystical week of the month, we have a new moon at 21 degrees of Pisces. And on the same day, we have Mercury making a waning sextile to Pluto. That Mercury-Pluto sextile, it's actually a waxing sextile to Pluto, which means that it's opening the lines of communication. And with Pluto, the soul, and it's the world soul. It's the world soul, and the world soul is in Aquarius. So, this is like, come on, like we can't allow this to happen. We have to like stand up for ourselves as people and humans, and we matter, and you can't kill us and can't hurt us, and you have to stop killing babies. And it's just like, right? Oh, it's a powerful time, right? So with the new moon in Pisces. Okay, so that was like the background. And then we have the new moon in Pisces, which is, quite powerful. And it's about imagining like the world that the ideal, like what's your ideal world? What does it look like? Is it verdant? Do you not you just get to like live and then get to do things that you like to do, and you exchange energy with people, and you just like getting to do what you like to do could also mean getting to do what you like to do and making more money from it, like really channeling that and saying, you know what, I do the work, I deserve the benefits. And so an ability to accept that is really a powerful opportunity for you. And this is happening in Pisces. So this is your 4th house. This is your soul's house. This is the deepest part of yourself. This is a profound time for you, Sag. On the 17th, the St. Patrick's Day, Oh, I would love to hang out in Dublin on St. Patrick's Day with my Sagittarius. Well, we don't have to go to Dublin. I would go to Ireland. Yes, doesn't have to be St. Patrick's Day, just to get to go again. It'd be wonderful. Oh, I would love that. Um, anyway, I'm not, I'm not saying that because I'm going to send this to her, so she's going to hear me say that. But I really do feel that way. Um, St. Patrick's Day, the sun conjuncts Neptune, just like what Mercury did. But Mercury is more of a mental thing, right? And the sun is more like it's an ego thing. So there's almost like there's kind of a in a way a healthy sort of lack of ego, and then the sun ingresses into Aries. Whew, right? It's like woof, woof. Oh my goodness. On the 21st, the sun makes a waning. Let me, nope. The sun makes a waxing sextile to Pluto. And so this is opening the lines of communication with the soul as well, but with a vision, with the sun, seeing the hope, seeing the vision for the future right there. And powerfully on the same day, Venus, the planet of love and the planet of uh the planet of resources and money and having your needs met. I mean, just having your needs met, like food and shelter and help and aid and water, you know, peace and a chance to live life in peace and not get like beaten up or something, you know. Venus conjunct Saturn, making it real, right? Making a feminine principle real right in your home, right in the core of you. Really sort of connecting with that divine feminine within you. On the 22nd, Mars ingresses into Pisces. Now, Mars in that house is going to stir up the soup. Oh my God, of your fourth house. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Um, but perhaps it needs to be stirred up. It brings energy, right? Energy to your imaginings. And so, with all that energy to your imaginings, I say imagine the best you possibly can imagine for yourself. That's what I would say. Oh, all right. On the 24th, Venus makes a waning sextile to Jupiter. This is very lovely. This is a wonderful time to be social. Just a really nice energy for that. And we have a full moon lunar eclipse. Um, this is happening in your 11th, the moon will be in your 11th house of friendship. And the sun is going to be in the Aries house, which is your children, and it's your personal relationships, the ones you take most personally, you know, your kids. So there's an awareness, it's a full moon, but it's an eclipse. So it is a fateful time. And eclipses can bring changes really quickly, right? So that's something that you have to you know, you can't ever really be ready, but just know that there are changes that are happening or changes that perhaps need to happen. Um, need, just or the feelings need to be felt or the something you just needed to be expressed. And then we have Venus making a sextile to Uranus, which is a lovely energy to sort of back that up. It's about compassion and opening our eyes to what's going on and just saying this is enough. And you know stating it, and it will be. It will be. We have to say it. We have to say it. All right. And of course, we have to say it because we're in an 8-year, and the 8-year on the Tree of Life activates the throat chakra. Speaking your truth, saying what needs to be said. Not from an ego place, because that part of the Tree of Life is above the ego. It's soul. It's from the soul. What's in your soul? Whew. Good stuff. I feel good. Do, 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 do. You knew that I would now. All right, I'll stop. Okay, I want to stop the share. Okay, awesome. Let's see. What do I want to use? It's between the Illuminated Earth Oracle. I think I'll use this one. I like this one. You know, Sagittarius rules the wild places, rules nature. And so I love using this particular deck for Sag. You'll often find me using this deck for Sag. It just vibes to Sag to me. And it's the artist from an artist in Oregon, I think. Oregon or Washington. I think it's Oregon though. Could be Washington. But the Pacific Northwest. And Seattle was Washington. And so it always reminds me of that part of the world, which to me seems so wild. Everything there is so big, you know, the trees and just the wildness, the vastness, so beautiful. And I don't know. So before I do this, let me pick an oracle card. Almost forgot. I've been doing this before the reading, so I think I'll continue. I'm trying to be consistent. All right. Okay. So this is a deck called the Mystic Sisters Oracle deck by Emily Balavets. And I love this artist. I love her work. And I saw she had a deck, and I'm like, Mystic Sisters, the artist I love. I'm gonna have to get this one. So I did. I try to be good. I would, you know, if I could, I'd have a wall behind me, right? But you know, really, it's just appreciating beautiful art. Sometimes it's the art in the decks that I like even more than like what's said, although usually what's said is pretty cool. Some of it is a little like dialed in, but usually they do a wonderful job. Okay, let's see what. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see. I don't mean to laugh. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this, Sag. Um, my my parrot downstairs. Talk about something from far away. Although he was born in this country, because he was like born through a breeder, I guess. You know, it wasn't like he was stolen from the jungle. Ugh, Urania, but he's down there talking to my husband. They're having a conversation. It's so funny to listen to because they just make bird sounds to each other, but they're actually having a conversation. He loves my husband. It's so funny. All right. Urania, I'll just hold her up because she's gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? I just love that face. It's such a beautiful face. It must be maybe it's the artist. I don't know what the artist looks like. But yeah, I just love that. Kind of reminds me of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I love like of all the the princess movies, which Belle's not really a princess. She's Belle. And she was always my favorite, right? So this reminds me of that. She was smart and bookish and beautiful and fair-minded, right? All right. It says here, Urania is the ancient Greek muse of astronomy. Her energy is directed toward endless expansion of the mind. She represents the enthusiastic and dedicated student with an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. When we take the opportunity to expand our knowledge in any particular subject, our interconnectedness of all truths can be recognized. When drawn, Urania encourages you to travel in your mind, imagine other possibilities, and playfully philosophize about alternative reality maps. She encourages further education or using knowledge you've already obtained to its fullest potential. How do you do that? You share your knowledge. That's how you do it. Wow, that's powerful. Boy, these cards, man. Sag. It was like this for was it Leo? Was had a reading like this too. Goodness gracious. The fire signs are really on fire this month. Goodness gracious. All right, let's use this deck. All right. All right, so this is for Sagittarius for March. Sagittarius for March. Okay. All right. What do we have here? Plants. Plants. So this is your connection to nature. This is your connection to perhaps the plants are calling you. Certain plants are asking to be consumed. Maybe the earth is speaking to you in that way. Or just be around plants and soak it in. Soak in the healing. The challenge is the journey. The journey has, its ups, its downs, its middles, its twists, its turns. What a long, strange trip it's been. Underneath it all, gifts. Gifts. It's time to stand on your gifts. It's time to trust it, to know that it's going to give you what you need. Your needs will be met. In the past, there was some thoughts. It says erosion, but I read it as some thoughts, some feelings that you might have had that needed to wear away. Erosion. But in that, it's like you get to the bottom line or the bare bones of an issue. So you've had in the past had to get into a bare bones of the issue. And look at that in the sky, the tempest. This is like Uranus, lightning and enlightenment. And look at this. Look at this cards. Jesus. Oh boy. Look at the power in this storm. We're in a storm, right? We are in a storm, and it is so vital for those who know to hold a space for what we know we can manifest amid like the distractions of everything around us, right? So You have to make sure that you're giving yourself the time to yourself so that you can align with your truth amid a lot of light and a light show. And let's see, immediate future, dreams. Oh boy, this is beautiful. This is your immediate future, dreams. This is making your dreams real. Dream in the dream. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful card? I love this. I love this deck. I love this deck. I don't know what mountain that is. It might be Mount Baker. My girlfriend can see that from her back porch where she lives in on the San Juan Islands. So beautiful. Oh, you were there with me. Well, you may not have known me when I was when I was there, but I went on vacation and I took videos from from the island. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. All right. So this is how others, oops, how others see you. Vulnerable, human. They see you as human. It's good. It's good to be human. That's what we got. I mean, if we're supposed to be our real selves, right? We're human. That's what we have to be. And being human is being vulnerable, right? To err is human, to forgive is divine, right? Wow. So we have air in your domestic situation. Look at this look at the focalization here. This is powerful time of focalization. You really can manifest what it is you want. Like this is like magician's shit. Oh, this is magician stuff. Yeah. Um, hopes and fears. Oh, resistance. Yeah, yeah. But the resistance on the outside is really a product of the resistance on the inside. If you open up to the possibility and stop fighting it, then things can flow, right? And or you could hope that you can let it flow and know. Childhood, childhood. There's a, a need for there's a need for play. There's a need for joy. There's a need for allowing yourself to be the child again. But this time you get to be the child that you want to be, an empowered child, maybe not one that is feeling like she came into a world or he came into a world um, that didn't care enough or something like that. But now you're well loved. We have grief underneath it all. There's grief. So there's a deep sadness. Um, and this is sort of what's under it all. Structure, the next card. The structure of your grief, or it's like taking the worst thing and the worst time and the this grief card reminds me of the moon card. It's in the tarot. It's like this deep wailing sorrow of the mother, of Mother Earth, of the moon, of the feminine. And then this card, which is such a beautiful design, but like you can see the nuclear symbol in there. So there's this power in it, but with power, with great power comes great responsibility, energy. And then memory. Memory. It's a beautiful card, isn't it? What are your memories? What do you need to release? It's the dream catcher. It's supposed to catch all the nightmares. Dream your dream, right? I mean, this was the immediate future, which when you do monthly readings, it's like the card for the whole month, which is dream. And and the last card that I picked underneath it all was catching the dream. Dream the dream and catch the dream. It's all a dream, really. It's all a dream. It is going to be quite the month, my dear Sagittarius. I will see you again next month. Like and subscribe if you would. That's helpful. Get the numbers up, whatever that means. Whatever that means. I don't know, really. Um, if you share this with a Sag that you love, a Sag you want to confuse, I don't know. I'm only kidding about that. Can't confuse the Sag. They figure it all out. Oh man, I love Sag. Anyway, or have a reading with me. It's a perfect thing to do with these kind of cards. Do it an hour. If you've had a reading with me before, you could get an hour or 90 minutes. It's not much different. If it's your first time, I like to have the extra time because a lot of information comes out. And so it's all recorded and you get to keep it. So you'll always have it. You can go back to it if you want and see how close we got, right? See how close we got. But it's fun. It's fun for me. It's great to get to know people and on such a I feel honored in a way to be able to offer that because I feel sometimes I get as much, if not more. I mean, an exchange of energy. When you do what you love, you're offering what you love to people. You get it back. It's really cool. It's really cool. Let it in. Let it in. Don't resist. Let in the love, Sag. Let in the love. It's okay. We're here to channel this stuff. We're here to see patterns in things that other people can't see. So, wow, powerful stuff. Okay, I'll see you next. I'll see you next. All the links are below. Oh, and I have a Patreon page. There's a link below. I'm gonna go now. I think dinner's ready. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next month. Be careful. I love you. Namaste.